Hello, everyone. I would like to welcome you, first of all, to our home here as Dubai Blockchain Center. We've been part of this Dubai Future Foundation ecosystem since the mid of 2018. And I'm one of the most proud people to be standing here in this venue talking about the future of blockchain here in Dubai and the United Arab Emirates. We are part of the Area 2071, which is another initiative of the Dubai Future Foundation, which is basically a melting pot of creators, thinkers, thought leaders within different disciplines. And the idea is to bring them all together as a melting pot of combining this knowledge to take Dubai further to our vision of making Dubai the number one in happiness, the best place to work, the best place to raise a family, the happiest place on earth by our centennial, which is 2071. And technology will play a huge role in this. So let me find the clicker. So technology will play a huge role in this, and I think blockchain technology and Web3 will play a huge role in supporting, not only being a huge part of it, but also supporting every other technology that is actually here in the UAE. So the idea for regulation and the idea for the government of Dubai and the government of the UAE is actually thinking of possibilities, not thinking of limitations. There is actually a ministry here within this ecosystem, within this building that we're in here, which is the Emirates Towers, a ministry called the Ministry of Possibilities in English, but in Arabic it says the Ministry of No Impossibilities, which is Allah Mustahil. This gives you the mindset that the government has over here. We do not see limitations. We only see possibilities and opportunities. And blockchain is no different. When they first launched as the Dubai Future Foundation, Area 2071, Dubai Blockchain Center was there at the very start, supporting this vision for moving Dubai and the UAE further when it comes to this ecosystem, creating the ecosystem. At that time, there was no regulation, but there was a strategy already for blockchain technology within the government, both on the local level as well as the federal level. And a lot of the initiatives that came out during that time, from 2018 up to today, where we saw the VARA regulations coming out, making the UAE one of the foremost forward-looking, actually, regulators anywhere in the world. We do not regulate to hinder progress or hinder technology. We regulate to enable technologies. And my role here today is show you some of the ideas of why we are looking at possibilities and how we are looking at possibilities and what possibilities we are targeting in the UAE to help grow and flourish here in the UAE. But to understand all of that, we are right now sitting in the Museum of the Future, and I would like to show you a teaser video of what this building that we're in is trying to build when it comes to one of those value adds for blockchain technologies, which is the NFT technology. So please watch with me this short video, which was shot here, actually. My name is Marwan Alzarouni. I am the CEO of Dubai Blockchain Center and an avid NFT collector. An NFT is a non-fungible token, which means a proof of ownership of either a digital asset or a physical asset. NFTs are an easy concept. They can be owned by anyone, big and small, techie or none. All you need is internet access. In NFTs, once you own something digitally, it is in your wallet, the ownership certificate is there, and it's yours forever. One of the most useful things about NFTs is that they can give you access to certain tickets of certain events ahead of everybody else. So all these kind of utility is built into NFTs, but this is only the beginning, and we're going to see much, much more coming up in the future. So you want to buy an NFT. So what's the easiest way? You go to your favorite marketplace where they list NFTs, find your favorite artist, find your favorite artwork, and then connect your wallet to it, press purchase,
the wallet will ask you to verify the transaction, you verify it, and then you are a proud owner of a unique NFT. NFT mass adoption is coming, and it's definitely here to stay and flourish.
And you can straight away go to nft.motf.ae and register your email address so you are informed as soon as the whitelist is out and as soon as the NFTs are dropped for sale. This was just a teaser video of what to come from the Museum of the Future. Speaking of the museums, a lot of the time we see many museums here in the UAE and also abroad that have a huge collection that is actually kept behind locked doors. You only see a fraction of the artwork and the artifacts when it comes to, historical artifacts that are kept behind closed doors and never see the daylight, or they circulate them. And even the owners of those artifacts actually keep those behind closed doors, whether within private collections or museums in the storeroom and things like that. And the public not only never sees them, but never has the opportunity to own them. And one of the projects that's changing how this dynamic is working is called the Rare Antiquities Token. And the idea here is to go to these people, the museums, collectors, historical collections, private collections even of people, and scanning these kind of artifacts and giving the public the opportunity to own either whole works and, more importantly, fractional ownership of certain art pieces, historical items, and artifacts. So by that, the owner himself can keep the original item. At the same time, there's a lot of people that can own the digital equivalent of the real item or the digital artifact. This opens up exposure for that item, but also adds value to the owner, where he owns a piece of history or a piece of art without spending millions of dollars on it. And the owner gets to do both, have their cake and eat it too, which is unheard of before technology-wise. So it's a first ever automated NFT fractionalization system, which is patented already. It uses also steganography to hide the signature within the actual digital file, so nobody can actually claim ownership after the fact. Only the owners can actually find, let alone decrypt the actual ownership certificate. And fractionalization of sculptures and other things that people do not see are coming. I don't want to ruin the surprise for you, but imagine you own a huge diamond, or you own a huge see-through kind of item. I don't want to go too much into details, but imagine the experience of looking at a diamond. I know a lot of people who are my friends actually within the diamond experience. They love diamonds and they love the diamond industry because they were looking inside the diamonds and experienced that only a fraction of the population can actually enjoy. Imagine bringing that also to the masses. So literally, you can bring art and art ownership to the masses in this case. And this is not 10 years, 20 years from now. This is actually happening right now. And the company is actually based here in Dubai in DMCC. Another aspect when it comes to experiences, and we've seen people talk about experiences here a lot, right? One of the first things that the metaverse enables you to do to experience things that you will not be otherwise able to experience. How many people over here know an astronaut or have even met an astronaut here? One guy. So imagine, maybe 3, 5. How many actually flew to space? Nobody, right? And how many of you would love the experience, to experience flying in space, going throughout the whole journey from getting the training to actually going through every protocol, everything they have to learn, all the medical stuff that they have to do, all the cognitive tests and other tests that they have to go through, the whole experience of journey of not only learning about space in that way as if you are an astronaut, but actually physically being immersed in that experience and experience it. There's a company doing that right now called Everdome, and I'm proud to be one of their advisors. And let's listen to a little bit of why this idea is actually very important. So you can explore diamonds, which we've seen in museums and things like that, but you can also go beyond Earth and explore the whole universe using one of those unique experiences.
But our generation and the generations that are coming are not treating money seriously that much. We're all about experience. We are eager to spend money on experience rather than possession, rather than physical things. And I think that is driving this whole change. And if you look at, I don't know, the ads as well.
And this is in Hatta, by the way.
5-10 years ago, if you look at the bank ad, there was a guy in a suit, etc., still like that. But today, they're targeting young people because they know that this has to be loose, this has to be chilled, because it's not going to fit into their approach. So I think our generation is changing approach to money. And I think it's gonna keep on going in time, and we're gonna keep exchanging very valuable things with just a flick of a finger. We have an artist today that distributes an NFT, and it's just a collectible. But soon we can use the same NFT from that artist to log into a store, to a VIP section, and receive merch or tracks that haven't been released for the whole public, but it's available only for that group of people. And I'm actually referring to in the US there is this trend of closed communities, and there is you have offices in New York and San Francisco, etc. People who pay subscription to go to the club and meet people on kind of the same level, right? So you know who to expect there. Now NFTs is moving that vibe, that thing, into the online space where you can have permissioned access, comparing to traditional permissionless access to blockchain and cryptocurrencies. We can use NFTs as a ticket, as a proof of being at the concert, and then the artist can drop us something else apart from just having the NFT. So I think the time and usability for NFTs is going to come, but we're still in the process of figuring that out as a society, essentially.
So even the use cases we haven't realized yet fully in the metaverse. So you can go as small as possible, go into collections you've never had access before. You, as a privileged person who owns something like 3D glasses, can actually go into outer space and experience the outer space. You can use it as a ticket for different experiences. You can use it for extremely quick value exchanges between you. But think about people who do not have any access to any of that ecosystem. I had a session last year, just at the same time as the World Government Summit, where there was an environmental kind of conference, and I was sitting right next to a princess from Africa, and I asked her, what is the number one reason you don't have blockchain technology in your country? And she laughed. She said, we don't even have electricity, let alone connectivity, let alone know-how and mobile phones and that kind of stuff. We need a huge jump when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to building all that kind of underlying technology that we need to enable things like blockchain. It's a huge leapfrog, and we have to bypass a couple of stepping stones to jump from nothing at all with no electricity and no connectivity to actually achieving fully internet-based economies or blockchain-based economies. And one of those projects that I'm proud also to show an example of is called World Mobile, and this is exactly what they're trying to do. And we are working with them here in Dubai as Dubai Blockchain Center, and myself on a personal capacity, to make sure that this project actually succeeds and make sure that this story actually of this project is tied up with Dubai as well.
Some could say that we're right at the beginning. Some could say we're at the last mile. For us, we're picking up on technology, we're picking up on the research and development done by tech giants. We're not creating anything new. We're taking existing components off the shelf and we're creating a mobile network from it. So we're in a wonderful position where, although we are starting now, the last mile is actually here and is within sight. The World Bank, the United Nations, by 2030, they want to have the world connected. I believe that together, we can do this quicker. What does it mean for the people on the ground? What does it mean for the unconnected? It means everything. It's a brand new world. It's a world of opportunities. It's a world where the digital divide is bridged. It's a world of identity. It's a world of e-commerce. It's a world of esports. It's a world where connectivity allows you, allows them, allows us to be at the forefront of the future. It's a world where we can all be equal. It's a world where any request, any information of mankind's history is able to be looked up. 50% of the world doesn't have that. 50% of the world's just about to have that. It means everything. Just think about the African continent, sub-Sahara alone, 800 million people unconnected. This is an enormous amount of potential. The average age is 19.5 years old. We're leaving behind so much talent. This talent is unparalleled, and we're just about to unlock not only the biggest gig economy in the world, but a whole new level of arts and skills and joy and passion and love that we've not seen before.
So it's about inclusion. It's about really bringing those people to the actual internet revolution, to the actual blockchain and Web3 revolution. It is, Dubai is playing a huge role in that. The UAE is doing that on the federal level as well. And combining those three aspects, experience, access to experiences as well, and access to the actual infrastructure is very important. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Marwan, for making this wonderful introduction to what Dubai is doing and your work. Actually, I want to say that when I came to Dubai, one of the first persons I met related to Dubai blockchain and whatever is happening in Dubai is Dr. Marwan. And we happened to kind of connect on a common blockchain problem, which was with Zilliqa. We still have to resolve it. But yes, thank you so much, Dr. Marwan, for all your help and support to actually make this event happen here. So thank you as well, and for all the work that you're doing.